So this week I was back home in the UK visiting my friends and family for a wedding, and I thought I would take you with me and show you some of what I was eating, a few little fun things, a few very staple and consistent things, and yeah, just generally show you back at my parents' house where I was really building my channel during the pandemic. So if you're new here, my name is Immy. I talk a lot about different things like food and sustainability and slow living, and now growing a lot of my own food outside. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, then don't forget to subscribe and maybe give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Okay, grab a cup of tea and let's get into it. Good morning. As you can see, I am back in the UK. I am staying at my parents' house for a few days, and I thought I would do what I eat in a week whilst visiting home. This weekend I have a wedding in Brighton that I'm going to, which is going to be really fun, and over the next few days I'm going to be in London and Brighton, and yeah, I just thought I wanted to show you some of the things that I'm eating, show you around some of the stuff that I'm up to. It's the morning, it's time for a coffee, so let's go and get that and make some breakfast. One of the things I miss the absolute most about my parents' kitchen is just how easy it is to film in there. There is so much counter space, which I am really lacking at my place, and they just have huge windows that let in so much natural light, and I really like these as well because it looks over onto the raised beds that they have. I planted some rhubarb there a couple of years ago during the pandemic, and it still comes back every year, which is so fun. It also reminded me while I was thinking so much about the cupboards in my new house, about how dark they are and that they're wood, and I think it's because in almost every single English kitchen I have ever seen, I have never seen cupboards that aren't painted. So it's given me a lot of inspiration and a lot of thought into what I'm going to do when I redecorate my kitchen when I get home. But anyway, back to the food. I just made a very simple coffee and I just made some porridge. I had porridge probably every single day that I lived here, and it's just a very standard and it's a very easy thing. Now that I have been trying to eat higher fiber, I have been adding lots of different seeds, and my parents always have a seed mix. As you can tell, they have very well kept cupboards. They actually are very sustainable. They go and get all of their stuff refilled at a zero waste shop, and then they just fill the cupboards, and these cupboards are really clever because they're only one jar deep, so you can always see everything very clearly, and it makes it very easy to take things out. I have definitely missed this kitchen, and I get a lot of inspiration from it whenever I come home. My parents cut this flower down, and actually these are the blooms that it creates, which are so beautiful. I think it's a passion flower, and actually they cut it all the way down because they thought that it wouldn't last once they took the kind of glass off this part of the house, but it has come back and it looks so beautiful, and just I love these flowers so much. Isn't that crazy? Look at that, that's so pretty. I just think that they look kind of wild and just so beautiful. I see these in California all the time, but I don't think that the weather is good enough to have these in Colorado. But look at that, stunning. I'm still trying to do my morning pages every morning, and this is something I picked up from the book The Artist's Way. I haven't quite started to really work through it properly yet. I feel like buying a house was quite disruptive, but I feel like once I get home, I can finally get back to actually having my routines and my consistency. But this is just one thing that I kind of felt like could be an anchor to keep me in my routines whilst I travel. So I definitely try to do that all the time. And it definitely helps me to stay a bit more creative and try to think things through or get things out of my brain so that I can actually think about other things. A few hours later, I made my second coffee of the day. I definitely was feeling my jet lag quite a lot this week. And then I decided to try something new because my parents get a local veg box from a farm, and they had some purple sweet potatoes, and there was a recipe in a doctor/creator's book called Rupee called gunpowder potatoes, and my dad said that he liked those, so I thought I would give them a try. I love purple sweet potatoes. There's just something about them that is so delicious, and roasting potatoes is obviously always great, but these gunpowder potatoes just had a few extra herbs and spices in them, which made them just a little bit more interesting. To be fair, this lunch I made was kind of random, but I also wanted to use what we had in the cupboards and the fridge, so I made a couscous salad to go with the gunpowder potatoes, and then I also was able to find some hummus that I put on top too. Again, a little bit of a random selection, but I've become quite good at cobbling together recipes or lunches or any kind of meal, really, with the stuff that I can find around the house. I definitely did go out to buy some things for other meals that I wanted to make them, but this was really nice. The sweet potatoes were really good, the salad was really nice. I even put some Violife feta in there. I quite like that feta, but obviously if you're dairy free and you don't like that, you can just omit it. A vinaigrette is always handy too. Good morning. I forgot to film my dinner last night because my parents and I went to go look after my nephews after school and got very distracted, and then we got home late, and I made a very quick kind of sun-dried tomato creamy pasta, and it was good. But I'm just about to go make some coffee and make some breakfast. I'm probably just gonna make porridge again. It's something that I pretty much ate every single day while I lived here, but I am heading into London today to go and hang out with my friend, but all I can think about is that cup of coffee, so let's go make it. I've done this trip several times now, so I'm kind of getting to a point where I know how to make myself feel a little bit better in terms of jet lag, but I still find it very challenging, so I give myself a lot of grace to have as many coffees as I need to really help myself through. But again, I had some porridge for breakfast this morning, and I have really been trying to eat as many British strawberries as possible whilst I've been here, because they are the best in my humble opinion. And they're in season right now, which is the most important thing for tasting good. Good morning from London. I'm just having some muesli, a bit of soy yogurt, and then I am really trying to have as many British strawberries as possible because strawberries are in season here. And honestly, there are no better strawberries anywhere else, and I stand by that. I'm also making my coffee. It's a little bit cold in the UK at the moment, which is kind of surprising. So I'm having a hot coffee, but when I go back to Denver, I'm definitely going to be in my cold brew kind of era, I think, for the rest of the summer, because I think it's going to be like 33 this week there, which is... This week, my trade coffee is Novo for lefties. Trade Coffee are sponsoring this portion of today's video, but I am actually also a paid customer because I really believe what they do is great, and they just have good coffee. They help bring together over 55 plus independent roasters across the US, and they have so many different options. And you can also take a quiz if you're not quite sure what kind of coffee that you like. I personally am a light roast gal. I feel like you can actually taste the notes of your coffee. If you like fruity coffee, or if you like dark chocolate or cherries or any kind of things like that, you can really taste it when you have a lighter roast, in my personal opinion, of course. But you can take a quiz to make sure you're getting the right one for you. I tend to prepay for 6 bags, so I don't have to think about 6 bags, and they just turn up at my door. This one in particular, Novo, it's nutty, dark chocolate and full, and I always get whole beans, but of course you don't have to do that if you don't want to. When I get back to Denver, I am going to switch up my trade coffee subscription because I want to opt for coffees that are a little bit more skewed towards being good for cold brews. So if you're more into cold brew, you can definitely factor that into your subscription. But if you would like to check out Trade for yourself, which I highly recommend, I have been using them for the past year and I am a big fan. Right now, Trade is offering up to 30% off new coffee subscriptions at drinktrade.com/Immy. That's drinktrade.com/Immy to get 30% off your first subscription. drinktrade.com/Immy. My plans have changed a little bit, so I'm just having a banana, and then I'm gonna have some pasta and pesto, just a little bowl, and I'm gonna head to London Bridge early. There's a place there called Sushi Dog, which does, I think, a vegan sushi burrito. Is that right? I think so. I've definitely seen it on a bunch of different influencers' pages, and I noted it as something I kind of wanted to try when I came to London. So I'm definitely gonna head there afterwards. I'm just gonna have a small lunch, and I'm gonna pack that for the train, because the train's, I mean, it's about an hour. I've been going back and forth quite a lot this week, and it is tiring, but I do really miss the convenience of trains. I did also want to visit Jam Delish, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time, which is a real shame, but I might try to go on Monday before I leave. After a quick bowl of pasta with some red pesto, I made my way to London Bridge to meet my friend to head to Brighton for the weekend. I was pretty bad at filming this weekend, but I did have a really good sandwich from Sea Lanes on Brighton seafront, which was a vegan andouille and vegan cheese toasty with pesto, and it was really, really good. Would highly recommend. On my way back to the bus stop, I did stop by Glazed to get some vegan donuts, and I'm pretty happy that I did. I just got back to my parents' house after spending the weekend in Brighton for the wedding, and unfortunately I was so bad at filming, but I think it's because I was just like fully in the moment. I wanted to spend time with my friends, so it is what it is. But I did eat at a place called Lavash. If you're ever in Brighton, I would highly recommend it. It was so good. We got it as just a little takeaway before we went to the wedding, and it was like a falafel bowl with like baba ganoush and hummus and lentils and stuff, and some of the best falafel I think I've ever had. But I also did end up buying an automatic film camera. There's a bunch of different shops, film camera shops in Brighton, and this was about £60. I went for a baby one where it's automatic because I think that's that's a good learning curve for small things to do with film. And I spent the whole weekend trying to take as many photos of my friends as possible. So I'm really excited to get that developed. But I did go to Glazed, which is an all vegan donut shop, and I got 5 different donuts. So I thought we could do a little taste test before I make dinner for my parents. My brother was also just around with my nephew, so I got to spend a few hours playing cricket with them, which was really fun. And obviously I'm never going to show them online, so that's part of the hardest part about trying to film whilst I'm at home, is I want to respect their privacy as well as showing you kind of some of the stuff that I do. But for now we will have a taste test, so let's go and chop those things up. I don't even know what the flavors are. The flavours I ended up getting was a plain glazed, a blueberry glazed, a Biscoff, and a jam-filled donut. So nothing like crazy. But I went for the glazed one first because that's just my favourite. I don't know why, I really like a simple glazed donut. One thing I don't like are cakey donuts, so these were not cakey, which I was very pleased about. And this is a really small business, so I really highly recommend going and checking them out when you're in Brighton. They're quite near the level. Anyway, this glazed was really good. After this, I decided to make a chickpea curry for dinner for everyone. This is a very simple recipe, very much a pantry staple. And I kind of mixed a few recipes. I looked at a Rainbow Plant Life one, but we didn't have any curry leaves, so I actually switched and got a Sarah's Vegan Kitchen recipe for chickpeas. The only thing I added was some cumin seeds, and I put them in at the very beginning before I put my onions in. Because onions take a little bit of time to cook down, I thought this would be a great opportunity to taste test another donut. So I went for the jam-filled one. Again, I'm a simple gal. I do like the simple recipes and the simple ones. So I tried this, of course, and it was actually so good that I did eat half of it, but I wouldn't say it was as good as the glazed donut. But still, highly recommend, really delicious. And maybe even go to the donut shop when it first opens so that they're really nice and fresh. Anyway, I continued with my chickpea recipe. This is very simple, very straightforward, very easy, so I recommend it. And it's good for using up things if you have any spinach, because spinach goes off so quickly. And of course I made some rice. I wash it 3 times always, and then I let it soak for a little bit. I cook it for about 15 minutes, and then I turn it off and I let it steam for at least 5 to 10 minutes, because in my experience that is the way that I've got the best results for rice. I don't have a rice cooker, I'm not going to buy a rice cooker, so I always try to repeat the same method to get the same results every single time. After dinner I could not fathom taste testing another donut, so I waited till the morning, had my porridge, and then I taste tested the other ones. They were definitely good, but I wouldn't say they were as good as the original ones, but that might be because I left them overnight, who knows. All in all, donuts are my favourite dessert. I will always love donuts no matter what the donut, except if they're cake donuts. And yeah. Oh, it's almost time to go back to London. I'm heading back to Denver tomorrow. It never feels like enough time when I come to visit. I had such a nice weekend in Brighton with my friends, and I do try to film, but you know, I think nowadays it's such an important thing to spend your time present with people, and I think filming is really hard, but I did take some photos, as I mentioned, with my film camera, so I'm very excited to see how that turns out. I'm going to send those off as soon as I get home. I'm trying my hardest every time I visit to like book every single day, so I'm seeing different people, I'm trying different things. One thing I was really bad at is keeping up with my exercise. I definitely went for a few runs, but I did not do enough because I am training for a marathon, and I have had a foot injury recently, so I'm like just recovering from that and getting back into running. But yeah, it feels very, very, I don't know, surreal that I'm already leaving. I also really wish that I had thought about my next knitting project. I haven't really knit very much because it's been getting warmer, and I've just been preoccupied with some other things, but I wish I had, because it's so much cheaper to buy yarn in the UK. But I didn't, so I'll have to think about that for next time. Anyway, I've got to pack and get the train back to London. That is one thing I do really miss, is just how convenient the train is. The train is, it's just so easy. It's just so easy. A tip: if you do come to the UK, buy your train tickets on the train line. You can find cheaper tickets, and it's worth it. Can you see I'm also just a little bit burnt here, even though I put sun cream on because it was so sunny in Brighton this weekend. Oh, and I also got a new piercing. I got it right here with my friend. We used to get a lot of piercings when we were younger, and then obviously I've just stopped. But I wanted to make more of an effort to wear nice jewellery, like on the ones that I wear every day. Like I have a ring here and a ring here, but they're kind of boring. But now I have this little stud up here, which looks nice, but I want to get a new ring for here. That's like a nice one that I can wear every single day, but I'm doing it very slowly. But I want to start making a bit more of an effort. I've like really started to grow my hair out. I really tried to take care of my skin, and now I just want the little extra bits, you know? Anyway, must pack, must go. My sister met me at the station when I got back to London and we had one last sushi meal which had lots of really good vegan options. And then the next morning, as we are now, I'm about to head back to Denver. So I will see you in the next video. I'll see you in Denver, and if you need another video to watch, check out my latest one in how to make high fiber meals. Okay,